Hello, my name is Danette Montoya. I am a clinical licensed social worker at the VA Medical Center in San Francisco. I am also a cognitive behavioral therapist and national trainer and consultant for cognitive behavioral therapy for substance use disorders. I am the military sexual trauma coordinator for the San Francisco healthcare system. I am a clinician in private practice, and I am a veteran of the U.S. Coast Guard. And that took about 10 years to admit. Initially, because of certain things that happened in the Coast Guard, both positive and negative experiences, it took me about 10 years to admit that I was a veteran, simply because I did not feel supported when I was in the service. I definitely see them throughout. So sometimes a veteran will come to us seeking addiction and recovery treatment services, and initially their motivation is to get out of trouble. But as they continue through treatment, both with our programs and then also through the Veterans Treatment Court, they realize that their motivation changes. Now they are starting to realize that family relationships are really important to them. Respect for themselves, and respect of the community is very important to them. And then they are able to start seeing goals. So where initially their motivation was to get out of trouble, their motivation changes into something else. And it is pretty amazing to see when you have someone that started out, did not want to be seeking services initially, but maybe they were court mandated, and then at the end when they're actually graduating and they have found a job, they have found housing, they are saving their marriage, they're reunifying with their children, and they're graduating. And so that's a beautiful thing to see. I think some of the challenges ultimately we all have the same goal, right? We want this veteran to succeed. And then in getting there, we have our treatment plans, then there's other treatment plans. And so I would say, and then there's only so much time that this veteran has in a day. So it's basically coordinating those efforts through our Veteran Justice Outreach Coordinator to kind of make sure that this veteran is getting all their needs met and all these treatment plans completed. But I would say that that's probably there's some difficulty there. Sometimes it is just not, I would say sometimes communication could be a problem between the direct services that the veteran is receiving from us, and then also what is going on in the judicial process of their probation or their courts. I've learned a lot about these staffing meetings, and I think that that is the place to start right there, and to allow all the different disciplines to come together. So these hard discussions could be had, and part of that is to also have a provider of direct services in these discussions, and then the mentor is really important, because even though as a clinician I may have this relationship with the veteran, they're still going to hold back because they know that I am logging stuff in their charts, where a mentor is probably going to have a closer and a more, authentic relationship with the veteran than I actually will, because there's still kind of that power differential that they may see. Well, as a client, we're all advocates. So I think that is the most important piece, is we're advocates. And if you see something that works, and there is evidence that it works, and if it's going to lower the recidivism rate of our veterans going back into jails, do your part in how you can support your veteran as a clinician. Write those notes, reach out, do those progress reports. And I would say also getting a release of information is really important in the beginning with the veteran's family, and then also with whoever they are working with. So they have complete wraparound services. And so the communication, again, back to the communication. Yes, absolutely. So if the veteran is involved in treatment courts, it's, I think someone has mentioned it before, right hand talking to the left hand. It's really important. So things aren't missed. Veterans don't fall through the cracks. And the other thing is, if communication is happening in these staffing meetings, when it comes back to the veteran, they don't have to tell their story over and over and over again. And that could be really traumatizing when they are constantly being moved around and providers are changing for them and people aren't talking. So that could be triggering, and it could be traumatic in itself. For me, I think I spoke a little bit about it just now as far as, having a veteran where their motivation is just to get out of trouble, and eventually you see how they transition through this whole process to where they're actually meeting their goals, and they've set new goals, and they're a different person. They are a completely different person. And that is a beautiful thing, because when we are walking around our clinics or on campus and we see them working alongside us, doing different things within the medical center, it is a beautiful thing just to look at them and be like, wow, that person is a walking miracle. Just knowing what they've endured. Not only just throughout when they were discharged from the military, but also knowing what they went through in the military. And I think that's why these specialized courts are really important for veterans, because it allows for them to have a space where people are going to understand what they went through when they were serving.